Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and this is my review for Kuroko no Basket Season 2, Episode 3. Now, this one's actually really simple. It really is. The first 3.5 minutes are just the opening and a recap. So already the episode's starting all kind of slow. There's a little bit of development between Rico and Hyuga. And that's okay. I mean, romance isn't exactly what you read the manga for, but or watch the anime for, but it's okay, I guess. Even in the manga, they haven't done anything yet, so I mean, this is probably going to turn out to be anything until the end of the series. But I guess getting development now is cool and everything. After that, we see these little scenes of a bunch of different generational miracles. The only one that really means something is Murasaki Bara and Himuro. They're talking about the different brackets and how Toho and Rakuzan, they don't need to go through the preliminaries. So that's something. Also, actually, something else that's worth pointing out: Aomine and Momoe, their relationship is exactly the same as it's always been. So that proves that I was right last week when I said that their relationship wasn't affected by that little incident at all. So yeah, but after that, Seiren, they head off to the Winter Cup preliminaries. They're facing this team called Josei High. And already with a name like Josei, you know they're going to lose. I mean, there are four demographics with manga: shonen, seinen, shoujo, and josei. Shoujo and josei are the female ones, the ones where the manga are geared towards women. So this team is already less masculine than Seiren is. So it's you already know they're going to lose. But also something else worth pointing out: that Narumi guy, the freshman, it's he has the same voice as that as like Shimozuka or something like that. That otaku guy from Oregairu, which is an anime a couple seasons ago who was on Crunchyroll actually. It's also under Crunchyroll was called My Teenage Rom-Com Snafu, but it's also known as My Young Romantic Comedy As Wrong As I Expected. There's a lot of names. The full Oregairu is just a shortened form of the Japanese name because the original one is like Yahari something something Seishun comedy something. It's a really long name, but I just thought it was interesting to point out that Narumi guy has the same voice as the otaku guy from Oregairu. But it's something I noticed because it's hard not if you've seen it, then it's hard not to notice that he has the same voice. But Tepe, he's about to play in this game. He's pretty excited because it's his first legitimate game since being back. They in the first episode, and even a little bit during this episode, you see Seiren facing against this team like Komato High or something like that. I don't know if that's. I don't think that was in the. It might have been the manga. Who knows? But this is his first legitimate match since being back. Josei, they see Tepe and they're like, "Oh my god, wait, that's Tepe Kiyoshi." He's one of the uncrowned generals. He's really good. Then we learn about the uncrowned generals, which I don't know if they've revealed the actual title for them yet, but that's their title. It's not that big of a deal if I tell you now. It's not like it's tech by the definition of spoiler. It is technically a spoiler, but it's not a big deal at all. They're called uncrowned generals. They are these prodigies who are exactly that. They're basketball prodigies, but because of the generational miracles, they kind of get outshined, and people don't think as highly of them. At least people who play basketball and like face off against them, they respect them and everything. Except for Murasaki Bara, but people and like Almine and the Generation Miracles, but they they would be considered more prodigies if they weren't born in the same age as the Generation of Miracles. But they're just kind of overshadowed by them, which is clear because the Generation of Miracles are better than them. But the Uncrowned Generals are still prodigies, and Tepe is really, really, really good. Even the Seo guy, I think it was said that Tepe would be the best center in Japan, or not best high school center in Japan if it wasn't for Murasaki Bara. But the match between Josei and Saren is about to start, and Narmi, he's disappointed because the captain told him about how Saren has a female coach, That buddy sees Rico and he gets all disappointed and stuff. He's like, "Oh, I was expecting more. I was expecting more, but she's not sexy at all." And then and all the guys, they know exactly what's coming. Rico, she she's pretty pissed. She she acted she it's like she was a Dragon Ball Z character. She activates Kaioken and everything. She tells them to slaughter. She tells all the Seirin guys to slaughter them. So they definitely got on her bad side. But what's actually happening in the game isn't surprising at all. These guys are jobbers. They were there. They had a successful summer, and in the inter high and all that stuff. So they're supposed to be good. But they're the first team that Seirin's facing in the preliminaries. You know that Seirin is going to be miles above them, just leagues above them. So it's this match. This game was not surprising at all. The couple of guys from Toho came, the captain and their 3-point shooter, I think. And the captain guy's trying to make it look like Jose is actually going to stand a chance because Seirin has a weak inside game. Comes in, sees Tepe, he's like, "Oh, never mind then." I'm assuming that he knows who Tepe is. It's a logical assumption to make. And the game just from there on just goes as predicted. Seirin just demolishes them. We see Tepe's style of basketball. He's a center, but he has the sense of a point guard. So when he's going up to do a hook shot, if he sees that he can read the situation, figure out how his whoever's marking him, how they're reacting, and then he can go and pass if he wants to, or continue the shot. So he's good. He's really good. That's pretty legit. I mean this episode is really, really simple. Not like, Kagami tries to dunk. He headbutts the rim instead. A high school student doing that is obviously impossible. Not going to happen. Unless they're like 7 feet, or even then. Whatever. It's manga. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. It's manga and anime. It's not real. It's not supposed to be realistic. I mean, there's really not that much else to talk about. I mean, the main thing we're supposed to get from the end of this episode is that Kagami, he actually does manage to get a dunk off and make it. And he's gotten to the level of the generational miracles, pretty much. That's what we're supposed to take away from this. There's this scene where, there's this door and Kagami's forcing it open, and that's supposed to be this room that only prodigies can get into. The generational miracles, all of them, they felt something, when Kagami did the dunk, and they all know that he's reached their level or something like that. It's, it's okay. I mean, as predicted, Seirin beats Jose. The Toho guy says that tougher opponents are coming, that a storm is coming, which is obvious. I mean, it's the first. You would think that the farther through a tournament you get, the stronger the competition gets, because they've had to go through as much as you have. It's common sense that stronger people are coming. But in the best part of the episode is actually the preview. To be honest, because we see this guy from the opening. And this is by far like the opening is really good. There are a lot of good scenes, but this is one of my favorite. And I'll have it as a thumbnail. The guy that we see in that picture shows up next episode. I'm really looking forward to it. This guy just has this evil aura about him, and I love a good evil character. So I remember who he. It's been a while since I read this part in the manga. I remember who he is. I remember what he's done in the past to Seirin. I remember that, he does eventually face Seirin. That much should be obvious. Why else would they show him? But I don't remember whether the evilness about him, whether he was still a good character or not. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. But for now, it looks like. For now, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. The guy looks awesome. I remember his style of playing. It fits. It fits that evil aura that he has. But that's pretty much it for this episode. I mean, it was okay. I mean, it started off with recaps, then a little bit of a few like talking scenes, some more talking scenes. Fujimaki tried to make Jose look like a challenge and look like the match was going to be good. He already knew it was going to happen. There's nothing inherently good about this episode. There's nothing. It's not a bad episode by any means, but it's just okay. I mean, there was a couple comedic scenes, like the one where Kuroko arrives late, but he tries to act like he was there the whole time. Then Rico activating KO Ken. But I mean, it's just I guess I'll give the episode a 6.5 out of 10. I mean, it really was just okay. I know he arrives, but that's really it for now. This episode of Kuroko gets a 6.5 out of 10. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.